Hey, what is up, guys? Joe Hubbard here, and I just want to thank you for clicking on this video link. In this lesson, I'm going to share with you 4 secrets that enable me to play perfect walking bass lines. It's all part of a method that I've created called the Walking Bass Blueprint, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how it works, and a little later, I'm going to explain how you can take this training much further. The first secret that I'm going to share with you is about understanding the chords of a tune and how this can help you to train your ears to hear the harmony, but also how this is a great way to understand and know where you are in the form of a tune. So we're going to take the first 8 bars of All the Things You Are and play 3-note voicings of the chords using just the roots, thirds, and sevenths, along with the 3rd, 7th, and flat 13 over the G7 flat 9 chord, which is going to enable us to identify both the harmony and the form of the tune. Check it out. The second secret that I'm going to share with you is note duration and phrasing when playing walking bass lines. A lot of people think that because the rhythm is quarter notes, that somehow playing a walking bass line is easy. But the golden rule to making your bass line swing is playing each one of those quarter notes at the full duration and never playing them short. Now this is hard for a lot of bass players because all those funk lines that we play are often phrased short or staccato. So you have to be super aware of this. Another thing to be aware of is the fact that jazz is based on the triplet. So when you lock in with the drummer, you need to be cognizant of this. Notice as well that there's a slight accent that's placed on beats 2 and 4. Now in this example, I'm using one 4-note melodic pattern, which consists of root 2, 3, 5 of all the chords. Check out how this sounds and be aware of the phrasing I'm using. Picking it up where we left off, the next secret is melodic content. Now, there's many bass players out there that believe that melody is not part of a bass line, but they're dead wrong. All bass lines are counter melodies that complement the underlying harmonic content of a tune. Notice in the last example, we had root 2, 3, 5 as our main melodic pattern. In this example, I'm going to rearrange this pattern so the first 5 bars becomes 3 root 2 5 and the last 3 bars becomes 5 2 root 3. Notice how this creates permutations of the original pattern. Also notice how this debunks several myths that you've heard about walking bass lines in the past. Now we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the video, but first I want you to check out how this concept really adds depth to the melodic content of the line compared to the last example. Okay, so secret number 4 revolves around certain myths that you've heard before about creating walking bass lines that are wrong. Namely, that you must always play a chord tone on beats 1 and 3 of the bar. Now, I want you to notice in the last example, I was actually playing the 2 of the chords on beat 3 in the first 5 bars, but all the lines still perfectly outline the harmony. So in this example, I'm going to show you how using chromaticism can be really useful to further expand the melodicism of your bass lines. Now, I want you to pay particular close attention to what I play in bar 6 over the G7 flat 9 chord. I'm playing a 4-note chromatic approach note pattern, which is the double chromatic above, double chromatic below, leading us into the C major 7 chord. So the notes I'm playing over the G7 flat 9 chord have nothing to do with the chord, but they work because they're pointing to the resolution that happens when I get to the C major 7 chord. Check out how cool this sounds and how using chromaticism can serve to add just the right amount of tension and release in your walking bass lines. Now, if the concepts I've shared with you today have helped you, I've got a brand new course called the Walking Bass Blueprint, where I'll walk you through the entire process. And I've also done all the heavy lifting for you, so you can just sit back and focus on the goals that I've laid out for you in this course. And I've also managed to put all of this together for you at a ridiculous bargain. So all you have to do now is click on the link below, which will give you a quick rundown of how I've set everything up for you, and then sign up today, because I'm offering this course at a better than half price deal for the next 4 days only. Hope to see you on the other side.